Welcome to Love Lazy Day Conversation.
Dun, 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 dun.
We missed you guys.
Candace has been, what, Can?
I've been dying.
Can don't say dying.
I've been near death.
Because you're still here.
Yes.
People that are dying are not still here. They are what?
Some people who are dying make a comeback, which is what I do. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. Start on the rest.
You have to still hear her nasty voice. You done made a comeback, so you still with us.
Yeah.
So it was a miracle.
It was.
You ain't gonna talk about my Jesus like that. You're not. Jesus didn't do this.
Miracle.
He did not, honey. My Jesus didn't.
You see that? She said Jesus would not come from you.
And he would. I'm just telling you about the
He
Jesus
died
I know.
for all.
And he
not
did, honey.
You.
And that is true. However,
you see how she said, I don't deserve his love. Ain't that hard?
I didn't say you didn't love. I didn't say he didn't love you.
Oh,
Now,
like he would not come to my rescue.
And Patty, I did not say Jesus did not love you, but what I did say was,
y'all, what I'm
not
doing
the Jesus I know.
is we've been outside, right? Walking these little dogs. And all these little, I don't know what y'all call these things, like these little fuzzy seeds are stuck on the dogs in our clothes. So that's what I'm getting at.
Chiggers.
First of all, that's not chiggers. No ma'am.
You know, for long as they know what a chigger was, and then this one girl was like, is that chigger bites? And I said, what is it? Chigger bites. And I said, what is that? And then I had to Google what a chigger was. Now, where you get the word chigger, well, the country people, honey, because it had to be country people, come up with chigger is beyond me.
Chigger. Nobody call them chiggers.
Like, where does that come from? Chiggers.
I don't know. Maybe because they say they dig in your legs. Y'all hear them dogs right there?
Paisley and Odin.
Paisley and Odin. Paisley
and Odin.
With Odin. Odin is not having it because she old.
My puppy, honey, is just a lovable. And she just, her little
Odin.
tail is just like, oh my God. We're having so much fun. And honey, Odie, Candace's brother's dog, is a Karen, honey. She is a Odie Karen is her name.
She's a curmudgeon.
She looks like the rat on Ratatouille. Remy. Well, just like him, but she out like a Karen. And she got cataracts.
Like you incapable of all of a sudden she done got helpless.
She got cataracts. Look like, and her hair spacey. Look like
she had a haircut.
Look like Remy, honey.
She does not. You act like you don't know how to jump up on that thing.
Oh, she said she need help now.
You do not need help. You're not an invalid. She can't get up here. Shonda.
Yes.
I miss you guys. Okay, now she can get up here. I miss you guys because I've been sick. So we missed our latest episode.
Yes, we did.
Can you grab her towel? I don't want her on my blanket.
That, right here?
Yeah. Get your towel.
Look at this one. Now this one want to come up here. Come on, Paisley. And then she just needs one look. Come on. And then she's up here. Now you finna sit down.
Odie is like, oh my gosh.
So look, y'all see Odie gnarling her little teeth, honey. Then she look like a Karen.
She tired, y'all. This little puppy been wearing her out. And she is tired.
Ratatouille looking self.
Because Paisley has no chill. Yeah, Odie has chill.
Paisley's chill. You better stop with my dog.
Stop it. No. You have to correct behavior.
You have to. Now, Paisley did nothing to your tail, but she might blow her little breath on you.
She's so breathing hard.
That's harmless.
She go.
She's like, Paisley said, what you gonna get is this breath. Honey, I do make sure Paisley's teeth is brushed and she has a little mint.
God, you don't see this collection of these things I didn't put on here.
Paisley said, Paisley, I'm blowing your breath on me now. Sure.
Now how you gonna get mad at Odie for not wanting her breath on her?
Because Odie's a dog, honey. Dogs, they to Odie, it should smell like Crest toothpaste. Colgate.
They have to learn manners. Even with little dogs, you have to correct them and teach them how to act. Like, don't let them get away with bad behavior. So even with her, like, if Paisley's doing nothing, you're supposed to stop it, correct her. So she'll know how to act.
Most of the time, Paisley hasn't been doing absolutely nothing.
Now, why she gonna sit here and tell that bold-faced lie with a straight face? Oh, she's just a lie. So, look, Odie will be sitting there minding her business. You see how Paisley staring her down like she a piece of meat. Then after a while, Paisley gonna be like, I just want to touch you.
Honey, Paisley like the lady in the Bible, and she said, if I just touch the fringe of your paw, honey, that's all I need. Just the outer fringes of your paw.
Oh, Lord, it's so funny. Anyways, so, Shonda, I'm pretty sure you have seen all on the socials and everywhere this about Jada, that about Jada, and she done came out with a book telling about her life as Jada.
Worthy. Is the name of it Worthy?
I don't know.
I think the name of it's Worthy.
Well, what do you think? Are you interested in her book? Are you excited? I've read a few snippets from it.
Oh, the book?
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is what I didn't know, and I may have been up on a rock in this situation, but found out that Jada, the Red Table Talk has been canceled.
Really?
That's what I heard. Now, don't quote me, y'all. Jada and Gammy and Willow may pop up on your, but I heard it was canceled. So they said she's trying to create something because she people gonna say something, honey. They said she's trying to create something because she hasn't been on the airways. Yes, and she hasn't been relevant because she don't have any Red Table Talk. So now she said, okay, now let me say something.
I feel like okay, here's my honest opinion, because I'm not gonna judge on their relationship and what they got going on and all of that, because we don't know. We have zero clue.
We don't.
All we know is what we see. Yes. And oftentimes with media, regardless of whether it's a news outlet, social media, or whatever, it's gonna pump the negative more so than the positive.
But now I watched the interview that she did with Hoda. Now.
Okay, elaborate, because I ain't see it.
I saw the interview she did with Hoda, and so she was talking about her and Will have been separated for years at this point. Since I think 2016, they have been separated. And she said that when Will called her his wife to Chris Rock, she was surprised because she was like, he hasn't called me his wife in years. And she said that they have been living completely separate lives. They are technically divorced, but not on paper. But now somebody said that the real reason is because they did not have a prenup. When they got married, they just looked in each other's eyes and said, we are not going to get a divorce. And Will, while he is worth millions, I think he's worth like 50, like a whole bunch of millions, y'all. Millions upon millions is what he's worth. And she's worth like less than like a quarter of that. So it would actually be a disadvantage to her to divorce him because, I mean, right now y'all can kind of joint stuff up. That's just what the people say now.
And that's what I'm saying. Even though it's on TV, they still can tweak and snippet certain things and make stuff sound a certain way to the point where how do you know what's fact? Even with NBC, CBS, or whatever, they do that stuff to push a specific narrative.
Now, so many people have always said Will and Jada. I want that Will and Jada love. Even J. Cole said that in his song, honey. He want Will and Jada love. Alicia Keys says it. Will and Jada. Do you still want the Will and Jada love, Ken, at this point?
No, I never aspire. I understand why people like their relationship, but that relationship never was like goals for me. I just, for me, I want a relationship and create my own narrative, not like, oh, goals. I want to be like this couple.
You ever want to be like Claire and what's his name?
Bill.
No. Oh, the show's name was not Bill. It was
Cliff.
Cliff.
I thought his name would Bill on the show.
Nah.
It's Cliff. Cliff.
Huxtable.
And Claire. Nah, kind of, but at the same time, because they were a nice couple. They was very supportive of each other. They had each other's back. So yeah, in fictional sense, yeah, I think Claire and Cliff is a good goals. But with Will and Jada, it's so much that we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much behind the scenes. And it's like for years they've been saying stuff like that. Like one person will be like, oh, we got an open marriage. Then the other person will be like, no, we don't. We'll have an open marriage. Let's see that rumor, blah, blah, blah. Then it's like, oh, keep your wife's name out of your mouth. And it's like, well, he said, why did he say that for years? Mm-hmm. But they always together. They always show up together. Always doing the stuff together. So, you know, you would think Will and Jada, they together.
Well, I think they did. It being that they weren't together, haven't been together, I think they did an amazing job to making people think that they were together. Because they still showed up to award shows together and still was, you know, make sure they hugged up. And they showed clips of that too. They was like, you know, we separated, but they showed a clip in, I think it was since 2016. They showed a clip of them in 2016, honey. And they on the red carpet just leaning in, honey. And then they showed them in 2017 and they just about to kiss on the red carpet. And they showed them in 2018 and they just like, you know, it's just picture after picture after picture. And it's like, y'all don't look like y'all.
And that's what I'm saying. You don't know what's the reason for the narrative. Honestly, that could be said because I got books to sell. So in order to get the rest of the tea, y'all gonna have to read my book. You just don't know where they come from.
I just hope she ain't making all this stuff up to sell no goddamn book good. Like your name is Jada Pinkett Smith. If you doing this to sell a book, don't sell it. Because you have had us in the chokehold for a week and a half at this point, honey. And people, we done sat here up here and said that Tupac is back alive and that your real love is Tupac, honey. And the children even thinking that Tupac is alive. Honey. Ooh.
First of all, Tupac,
they said Tupac is alive. I think they said in the Dominican Republic. Oh. And they showed clips of Tupac alive in the Dominican Republic.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
He ain't alive because if he was alive, Jada would be right down there with that man. Now that's when she for real would have divorced Will and flew her little self down there.
Here's the thing. Again, back to their relationship. It's like, okay, so I was listening to this podcast of one of the folks who I love to follow, and she was talking about how she loved Will and Jada relationship because she thought they were like the greatest couple in the world. She inspired to be like them, blah, blah, blah. But then she said she realized what it is they're very similar to her parents, that on and off again type of relationship. They should say for years her parents would be together. They love really passionately, really hard. And then they, next thing you know, they sleeping in separate rooms. Oh, we finna get a divorce. Oh, we're separated, you know. For a year, her mom moved to another country and got her own apartment, everything, and then, oh, we're gonna get back together. So it's that back and forth. So she interviewed her parents because she's a therapist. She's like a couples therapist. So she interviewed her parents and asked them. She was like, because I never asked the question. It was just always like, oh, that's mom and dad, you know.
This
but
is how they do.
She never asked, why y'all do that? Like, what is that? Like, let me explore y'all relationship in reference to this Will and Jada thing. So when she was talking to her parents, they was just talking about the frustration they have with each other. But at the
okay, question: are the parents currently together?
Yeah, they're currently together.
Currently together, okay.
So, but she was saying that the mom especially was saying that sometimes it's just hard because it seemed like he don't hear her frustrations, and he take everything real nonchalantly. He made everything a joke, And so even in the interview, they kind of was still like
back and forth.
Not bad, but it was just like she was just trying to explain her thing. But in a nutshell, when it got to the end, she was just saying the thing is, it's like, even though I know it's frustrating for other people to see that because we have our ups and downs and whatnot, but she said it's still our relationship. And she said
that's the truth.
And she said that in a nutshell, it's like, honestly, I could say if I need something, no matter if we're at that separated point or we're doing stuff separately, if I need something, I know I can rely on him to talk to or to help me through or whatever. So she was just saying, if I honestly think about that in that sense, I really feel like this is my person because I feel like I can't rely on nobody else.
Okay, so this is a question. Is that just people that just, and this may also apply to Will and Jada, is that just people that takes getting mad to the hilt? Like, oh, we mad. And some people just say, oh, we mad. You sit on this side of the couch, sit on this side of the couch, don't say that to me for the next 12, 24, 36 hours. Some people get mad and they just, oh, let me pack my stuff up in the go. Is that what it really is? It sounds really like y'all just don't know how to just be mad and just talk it out.
I think that's where lack of communication comes, or how to communicate, exactly what I'm feeling. Yep. But at the end of that, the podcast host, she kind of wrapped everything up in a neat bow. And she was saying what she feel like with Jada, in what relationships, she say oftentimes people don't sit in their wrongness. Anyways, say you do something wrong to me and you just want to come up with excuse after excuse after excuse, it kind of dulls down even if you don't apologize for what you done wrong. And she used the example of if you stomp on someone's foot by mistake and they be like, oh, I'm sorry, but why did you have your foot there? I always walk here.
I think that's a valid question.
I got steel-toed boots on. Move. You see that, why were you standing in the doorway if you saw me coming by?
All this space.
All of that stuff.
And that's valid.
But at the same time, then it's like your foot is aching and you're still in pain, and it's just like you never apologize. And then they come out and be like, yes, I did. I apologized at the beginning. But all that extra stuff and all them excuses that wasn't necessary is the meaning how that person feel.
But I think that when you do stuff like that, I think that I guess you should apologize because that's somebody's feelings. However, does it make sense if you standing in the way? Let's move. And I think that's why a lot of people have issues in their marriages because what are you eating?
One of the basic things.
I think that's why sometimes people have issues in their marriage because the other person did something real dumb, and then it's just like, instead of just being like, that was dumb. So why can't the person did something crazy? Why can't they just be like, you know what, that was dumb. That was dumb. I shouldn't have did that. Instead of being hurt and being like, oh, you should have said, I'm sorry.
It can go both ways, but that's what I'm saying. It's like when you give all them excuses, it's like you're trying to resolve yourself of, oh, I didn't cause this person pain. So they sitting there with a throbbing, possibly broke toe, and you just like, okay, yeah, but you, when they're just like, yo, my foot broke. And it's totally like, oh, that's not important. Let me tell you what you did. It's kind of like you trying to get whatever happened off of you and a whole bunch of excuses instead of just owning up to, yeah, I did step on this person's toe. Because at the same time, you're dismissing, oh, yeah, I did hurt this person.
I did hurt that person.
So it's lots of people are so uncomfortable. And that's what she was saying. Lots of people are so uncomfortable with sitting in, oh, I have wronged this person or I did something wrong. And instead of just owning up to that wrong, whether it was big, little, whatever, They don't want to do that. They want to give excuses, because giving a whole bunch of excuses show them, oh, it's not me though.
So who you think doing the excusing in Jada and Will's relationship?
I feel like Jada is doing a bunch of the excusing because she has to keep in mind that although they're famous and we're kind of in everyone's business, when you're in relationships, any relationship, honestly, you have to take, that's one of the pillars of a relationship. One of the pillars of a relationship is the social aspect of it. How people perceive the relationship also can affect the relationship.
Oh, that's true.
And I think Jada completely it goes over her head. Like, it was a post not too long ago, on Jada's birthday or whatever. And Will, he did this really sweet long post. And what Jada did, instead of being like, oh, sharing the post that her husband or partner, whatever he is,
whatever, divorced, single, married, or widowed.
So instead of doing that, she puts up a video of her and Tupac dancing. And it was to Will's song, but it's just like, read the room. Like, you have done the hole so many times when you and Will relationship. Why do you keep putting yourself in the hole? Like, get out of there.
Yeah, she her real true love is Tupac.
That's what I feel.
And he just happened to be deceased, and Polar Will just can't measure up. I mean, he has tried, and he has tried again. Sit down, you can't eat that. And he cannot measure up, regardless of what he does. He's just not Tupac.
I don't know, even if that's part of it. I just feel like Jada need to own up to the mistakes that she made. And who knows, Will probably have done some stuff too, but it's like,
probably has.
It's like he's not putting it all out there for the world to know and to see.
Right.
Because he take an aspect of, I'm this top celebrity. I gotta look at me. I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful with how people perceive me, how people see my relationship, my family, my kids, everything. I have to take that into account. Even in normal relationships, you still have to take stuff into account, how people see it. Because if someone always taking pictures, like say you're in a relationship with your dude, and
he finna call me,
and instead of taking pictures or doing stuff or saying stuff about your dude, you always saying stuff about your best friend who is a guy.
Ooh.
Like, just socially, people are looking at it and be like, that's weird.
Nah, girl.
I'll be like, why don't you never take pictures with your husband? Why don't you never be with him? People are looking at that and they'll be like, that's kind of odd. Mm-hmm. So social things, you have to take into account. You have to take into how...
Especially when not even if you're famous. I think just any regular, smuggler couple will have to think about how other people perceive their relationship. Because whether you know it or not, people talk about you.
Yep.
When you married, honey, and single people talk about y'all, because we be like, oh, I ain't finna be like, and I wish my dude will. I wish my girl would. People talk about it.
So it's just, I don't know. It's hard. And
me and my friend, she's single, and we was talking about the other day. We was saying, we should have a who we cast for our Real Housewives show.
Because they all drama. Not denying.
It's all drama, but we were saying like the people of the group of people we know who we cast on the show, and we said a particular couple, honey. We said because we have to have the drama. So why wouldn't we cast them?
The drama. But anywho, it's just like I'm not putting my hand there for you to lick, dog. It's just like all of those things have to be taken into account in especially a public relationship like that. And I think Jada is just either she knows it just don't care.
So do you really think that Will is the victim here? Is Will the victim?
I don't know. We don't know because Will at the same time he being very low key and
I think he should. This is how you should be.
Yeah, he drinking. He drinking his water and minding his business.
And
Jada is out here just keep digging holes. Yeah. I'm like, stop, God.
At this point, people are beginning to like Jada, and she thinks that she's just providing therapy for all. And people are just like, no, sis, we don't like you. We like Will because he's being quiet and he's looking like the victim, honey. People just sitting there showing the pictures of Will, honey, crying at the red table because they say, this is what you doing, this man.
But I just still think too, it's just maybe because he got that high dollar, he like, I got to keep it.
And honey, money
in line. But
I would say I don't need to say nothing. My money is talking for me.
Right.
Thank you, and walk off.
Now he messed up with that slap, but you see, it was easy to be like, well, Will, it's okay. You know, we understand. It's been rough year for you. People kind of just was like, oh, they was like, oh, Will.
Honey, but the way again, but he was still seen as even though he was wrong, people still kind of put him in the victim category because it was like, well, look how his wife is treating him. You know, so he still ended up being the victim. Some kind of way, it still got twisted. So, and maybe this is the role Will wants y'all to be. He wants to place himself.
He could be a mastermind. It'd be like, I doubt it though. Willard seemed like he got some internal stuff to work on.
He does
because you can be too hard up on image.
And I think he is. From hearing interviews, I think he's just really big on. But I think it was partly the way because he was raised Paisley is now eating Odie's food.
Yeah, Odie was eating hers.
And honey, Paisley said, "Let me get back what's mine." I don't blame him.
Knock yourself out.
Paisley, do it. Paisley's my dog. Honey.
She gonna have the bubble guts because she eat fancy food. I don't think Odie's eat is fancy.
Honey, it's gonna help Odie have robite.
Anyway, Odie is just like, this is what Jada need to do.
Honey, mind your ministry. Honey, mind your ministry.
Sorry, I sound like I'm dying.
Kobeana, honey. Kobeana.
Can you pass my water, please?
Ooh, Kobeana.
I'm getting over it. You know that cough be the hardest thing to get rid of.
When you cough, you got it right here. Just make me want to cough. It's like when you see somebody yawning, you want to yawn.
Look, she was sick just a few weeks before me, so probably got it from her.
No, you didn't.
Probably so. Paisley.
Now, Paisley, I'm gonna eat it all. Girl, leave Otis on. Girl.
Otis is set up like, now you eating too much.
She said, you drunk my water. I know that's right, Paisley. Paisley said, honey, groceries ain't free.
Paisley drunk her water too. They need to learn how to get along. But she is like in human years 50-something, and Paisley is a teenager, so maybe that's why they don't get along.
Maybe that's why they need to find a common medium. Y'all both little black dogs. Find that common medium and agree on it. That's what Will and Jada need to do. Find a common medium and agree on it.
So I don't know. I'm not a person.
You know what though? If I was Will, I wouldn't go to no more red carpets with her because he be sitting up there trying to hug us like that, and I'll be out there.
I think Will need to just work on himself. I feel like both of them need to work on themselves. Yeah, she does too. Need to work on herself as well. But I'm just saying, it seemed like Will is like the least. I don't want to say least problematic. Is that right? I don't know, but he seems the least.
From where we're sitting, he seems the least problematic. He may be the problem.
He may be. We just don't know.
And because he has been the heroine in all his movies, he's still in our eyes. Even though he's the heroine in the movie, we still put him in the heroine category in his personal life as well. And honey, Will could be the villain.
What do you mean hero?
Heroine.
I thought that's like the girl.
The hero, the guy, the heroine, which is the guy. Which one is it? We need a producer again.
Google it.
Producer.
Just Google it. I don't know. We're trying to know stuff on this podcast as well. It's educational.
Okay, so heroine.
Yes.
Heroine.
It's gonna pull up the drugs because how you say it, I think.
A woman. Oh, it is a woman. A woman admired or idolized for her courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities.
Yeah, a hero is the guy.
Okay, so he has been known as the hero. It's in all his movies. And so maybe we're still putting Will in the hero section, and Will don't need to be the hero at all.
But we don't know that because Will shut up.
And to be honest, I don't think. And let me tell you something. If I was Will and I was being put as a hero in the eyes of people, who would say so? Honey,
quiet as a church mouse.
Honey, as the mouse. Honey, no confessions this way.
I think they all need therapy. I feel like the red table talk was a good idea. I feel like if Jada had kept it focused on her, Gammy, and Willow, and them three talking and working through things.
Well, they did have some really good topics.
They really did. It was a really good show. Like, I'm not going to knock that show at all. I think it was really good and had the potential. I think she just stepped in it and jacked up her show just because I feel like in that she didn't want to even take accountability for stuff. Because even with her and Will at the Red Table Talk talking about the entanglement, she couldn't even say, I cheated, or even I had another relationship at the time we weren't together. Like, she couldn't even verbalize it. She had to be like, it was an entanglement.
And he said entanglement, and she was like, yeah. He said, so that's what we're going to call it.
Right. So it's like, to me, that's a person who have a really hard time taking accountability.
But that's the crazy thing is, she said, when they said that, he was like, is that what we're going to call, like, when we weren't together, I had an entanglement. But you should have said then, we still ain't together.
Yes.
Being that y'all put your relationship on the table, also slide that in, we're still not together. So if I still want to be with honey, and at this point, honey, she must mess up August Alsina real bad, because August Alsina is said that he is, I think, part of the LGBTQ plus community. I think he is.
God, I don't know. And it just broke his little heart. That's all.
Honey, he is. Honey, he is. Let me see. Oh, hold on.
Anyways, is that time?
Yeah, we need They say he is bisexual.
Okay. Well,
Jada did it again. Messed up.
You don't mean he messed up.
Oh, I'm saying she done broke his heart.
Oh,
what are you eating? She done broke his heart. And honey, just
get in your mouth.
Well, thank y'all for joining us on this
Sunday afternoon. You know what I'm starting with? I don't realize how giant I am till I see myself. I look like a freaking Amazonian.
Again, you is. And I was looking at TikTok the other day, talking about tallest man, and I said, that's my king. They said he was 8'9", I think they said. And I said,
you be dog.
They said he was 8'9". Ken, how tall you is?
I am 5'11".
6 feet. How do you halfway there? Okay, what do you have? You got a pituitary problem?
You just want to touch my neck.
They might have a pituitary problem, Ken. He had a growth hormone problem.
Well, I'm done growing, so I don't think that's
Oh no, Ken, you might still be growing. Let me see.
I'm not any more tall. What is this? Really? Stop it.
Thank y'all for joining us today. We hope y'all enjoyed our episode.
You keep touching me.
Please put the comments below what you think. Who is the villain between Will and Jada? Who is the hero between Will and Jada? And most importantly, is Tupac still alive? Put that down in the comments.
Oh my God.
We'll see y'all soon. Bye.